Alright, we're going to tie a larva roller today. It's another variation on the bottom roller series. Quick, easy fly to tie. Fish everywhere eat caddis larvae. Doesn't matter whether you're fishing in the Ukraine or the United States or Canada. There's caddis all over the world. You need a simple, fast sinking fly to imitate the larva. That's what we're going to tie here. We've got a TMC $24.99 SPVL hook in a size 12. You could also tie that on 2457, 2487, all kinds of different hooks will work for this fly. I like those SPVLs because they've got a super sharp, sticky point. We'll tie a size 12. I usually carry these in 12 through 16. For the body, we're going to use an underbody of chartreuse ice dub, and then for the collar, we're just going to use some dark hare's ear with a little antron blended in. The body of the fly is going to be seafoam green silly skin. We're going to use a strip of that wrapped around. For the ribbing, we'll use a piece of 5X monofilament. I've already prepared the hook with a little bit of lead wire, 20 thousandths in this case, just a few turns to fill in the gap behind the tungsten bead. Start a thread right in the lead wire. This one we're going to finish with the bead up against the eye of the hook, so we don't need to start the thread in front of it like you do for the regular bottom roller. Wrap down the bend of the hook a ways there. Trim off your excess. Tie in the ribbing material. I just put my ribbing material on a spool, the 5X mono. You can also get that from Danville. Does a fine monofilament on a spool, and that just allows me to quickly and easily pick up my ribbing every time. If you cut off a piece of 5X mono and lay it on your bench, I challenge you to find it 10 minutes later. Okay, we'll set that aside. I'm going to take our pre-prepared strip of silly skin. I've cut a little point into that, a little taper. And we're going to wrap it as a body this time. We're not going to pull it over the back. We're going to wrap it. So I'm just going to fold the tip back, tie it in like so, wrap down, just get it locked in there. Then we'll grab some of the chartreuse ice dubbing, pull out a little bit of that. This is just going to give the underbody some bulk, and also if a little bit of it sticks out, if you don't wrap your silly skin tight enough, that's okay too. It gives a little extra sparkle and shine. That won't hurt. I'll twist that a little bit. Just wrap right up just behind the eye of the hook there, or the eye of the hook, the bead. We'll grab the silly skin, just peel the backing paper back a little ways. You gotta be careful. You gotta make sure that the sticky side touches the fly. So make sure that first wrap, there we go, it sticks on there good. Now we're rolling. You can see I'm not concerned if there's a few fibers sticking out, that's okay. You can see there's a nice little segmentation starting to build on the fly now. And we'll wrap right back to the back end of the bead there. A couple turns to lock that silly skin down and trim off your excess. I always just stick it back onto the paper if I can. That way you minimize waste and get more bang for your silly skin buck. Tease out a little bit of the dark hare's ear dubbing. Whoops. Before that, we need to rib the fly. So let's grab our 5X mono thread, whatever you want to call it, and just wrap forward. I'm just catching the silly skin. Gives it a little more durability and increases the segmentation a bit. I think segmentation is really important on caddis larvae, particularly rhicophylids, which have real deep segments. The green rockworm, one of those flies that I like to have a few things right on, and segmentation on caddis larvae is one of those things I like to get right. I think that it's one of the trigger features that fish look for on them. Just spin on a very light collar, some dark hare's ear dubbing, twist it up a bit there. Just a simple little fly. You can fill a box with those really easy, and they catch lots of fish. I really like them in smaller sizes. I like them in 16s, I think, are just deadly. And in the early season, I always like to have a few even bigger than this, size 8s and 10s, which are much larger than the caddis larva, but sometimes that exaggerated fly works a little better. You can see more at renoflyshop.com and andyburk.com, and stay tuned, we'll have a lot more videos coming up.